Good day, everyone. This is Rita Choi from Asia HR Women Club, as well as the Asia HR. Everything rises and falls on leadership, said by John C. Maxwell, the leadership guru in the States. As we can see the importance of leadership. That's why recently we have embarked on a series of leadership interviews with great leaders in Asia. Today, we are all very honored to have a great leader from Hong Kong, who is Yonnie Tse. Yonnie is a certified chartered public accountant. She has helped a lot of companies go listed in Hong Kong by advising them the best human resources and financial strategies. Without further ado, I really love to learn from her. So, Yonnie, I would like to throw the first question to you. What does it mean to you? Thanks, Yonnie.
Yeah. First of all, I think everyone are having lunch as well, and we are doing some sharing here with you all. For the first question Victor gave me, says leadership means what to me? Leadership is kind of inspiration to me because we have to getting a group of people or individuals to let them to have the same goal in a project or in a company, and be realistic. Everyone in an organization, they got their own interests, right? And our role is to make them feel the things or rewards that are related to them. Think in their aspect and motivate them to achieve the goal we need. And the more essential one is making the teammate to work with us. That is to let them feel they're feeling good and you take care of them, you clear them, they are important and essential in the project. The most importantly is they have their rewards after they have achieved the goal together with us. That is, make them comfy about their situation. And I always tell them the ultimate goal of why we are doing so. If they know why they are doing the task on hand, they will know the result. And they were able to ask questions and throw their ideas to us so that we can make the thing better in order to make things happen together.
Oh, thanks, Yonnie. So start with why, right? We have to explain to them so that they know what the result that we expect from them, and also allow them to ask questions, and they will ultimately they will be rewarded for what they have done for the organizations. Wow, very lovely definition. So can you share with us some stories about your leadership journey? Because we love hearing stories.
Yeah, sure. I have been working for my industry for about 16 years. Upon my graduation from the university, I worked as an auditor for 7 years, and then I jumped into an IPO company and worked for IPO projects for another 8 years after my career as an auditor. I think everything you may know that as working as an auditor, it is a deadline killer game, right? And we have to rush through the deadlines day and night, and sometimes we have some deadlines which are kind of unreachable in our mind. However, for as an auditor, we have to achieve the target and the timeline which our supervisor or our boss given to us. So we have to demonstrate our leadership to achieve the goal, right? So and for IPO projects, and in IPO, I may share more a bit for IPO projects. In IPO projects, we have many professionals staying together and work for maybe about 2 to 3 years for one project. The parties will be more be accountant, company lawyer, sponsor, industry expert, and also the compliance advisory team as well. And these all are professional. How you could gather these professional to achieve one goal, that is making a private company to be listed in the public, right? During these 8 years, I've learned some skill set or mindset to how to turn a company all together, the professional in the same goal with me and or together with my boss. For example, we have to let them know their size of input of their work. On the other hand, I have to understand what are their point of view, because usually in a meeting, they won't express their ideas in front of all the people. And my role as a CFO or company secretary of the company, I have to know everybody will, needs, and their rewards. After that, they will work so happily and smoothly with us. Um, that's why in during these 8 years, I have well developed and solid my interpersonal skill and leadership skills in these kind of projects. And in order to make things happen, that is making everybody on the same goal. And as you may know, everybody love to listen to the works they like or dislike. Just avoid those they dislike. Just tell them, "Oh, I understand you, I understand you." And then storytelling, just like now, storytelling them, oh, maybe the history, I have come across some projects, maybe I have some ideas just like yours, you just raise out, and the result, and then they can learn from the result, not from our mouth. That is a very effective and essential ideas, or I think it is a method to let them know their what they have to do or what they have not to do. This is my experience in my IPO projects, or even I handle audit engagement in my past experience, and it is it's very useful. And I think lesser theory to those professional parties, but more storytelling. If this is very key factors in my leadership part.
Wow, more storytelling. But I think
Yeah,
it's really a challenge to gather all the professionals to achieve one goal, right? And I'm
that,
pretty sure you might encounter some of the challenges. So can you share with me some of the challenges that you have encountered when you are doing your IPO project while you have to
mhm.
harmonize the group of professionals towards achieving a goal?
Yeah, sure. As you may know, professional got their mindset, got their own mindset, I could say, and they all think they are correct, they are right, and nothing wrong. Okay, so every things happened, they would finger point to other parties because they don't want to bear the liabilities or ultimate risks they have to face. So my role is to put them together, listen to them, and then telling them the company or myself didn't bring any one of you, but we have to achieve the target. We have to talk from day and night, and we have burned many lights of midnight oil for one project. This is my experience. So I think to tackle this kind of issues, I think time spending is a very key factor. You have to spend time with them to create a relationship. That is, relationship can solve many problems in during my stay in IPO projects, I think.
Wow, relationship building. That is very, very true. In human resources, we also talk about human touch. I think it applies to everything and anything, right? No matter in an IPO project or in other industries. I think it's so true that we have to build a relationship. So that I always say that so that we can achieve 20/80. Use 20% of effort for 80% of the result. Wow, I really love your relationship building. It applies to everyone. So Johnny, I believe that as you have been working in this field,
16 years. Yeah.
right? You must have unlearned and relearned a lot of stuff in your leadership journey. Can you share
Yes.
with us some of the cases and so forth?
Sure. I think Annan and Renan and everybody may know that is we can revamp our skills and upgrade our knowledge, right? And especially in this rapidly changes world. And in my point of view, and during my career development, I learned much from my senior generation. I always listen to their storytelling. From their storytelling, I could learn skill set, mindset, and the history or example they come across before, and I can learn this from them for my preparation of my work. And for younger generation, I also learn from them. They may not, they may be emotional, they may not uh, fully attend to what we are working on, but they have one thing that is very good, and which is I always appreciate, that they follow the trend and they catch up the skill set very well. Thus, I will learn from their skill set especially nowadays technology going very fast, and we cannot learn everything by ourselves. We have to learn from others and stop and listen to their storytelling and learn from their mistake they have taken before and that they could share with us. And then we can ask for their help. They can do things in a very efficient way. Like, for example, if you want to put some advertisement or search for some information, they can do the job very well. So I think nowadays we have to combine every generation, take their goods and apply to the project, and everything it will be go in one way, and we can get our return or our goal more easily, I think, in this way.
I see. I could remember that there is a story told by, I think, the first interviewer of this leadership series. She mentioned that she learned her leadership skills. Basically, she was inspired by her big boss in her first job, because she basically, the boss has demonstrated to her as a great leader, like caring for them, giving them tips, guiding them on how to do trading, because she was in the financial industry. She did a lot of trading. And this is how we learned, how she learned from the big boss, because the big boss was not supposed to sit next to her since, because at that time she was only a very junior staff, right? This is her first job. But the big boss is, I think, is VP or senior VP in that organization, and he's super busy. With that, she still remember today, after 20-something years, that she loved the boss, she learned from the boss, and this is what has molded her to be a great leader today. So that has made me to remember the story told by this lady from Singapore. Senior generation, right? We learned the skill set and the mindset. For younger generation, they're very good at Googling stuff on the internet, and this is something we learn from them. Wow, that is very good. Then how about in your journey? What have you unlearned? Something that you think that, oh, it's not really something that we should carry on. So can you share a bit of that?
Oh, sure. For example, maybe during these 16 years, and I could share my pathway. That is, I would observe the leader I followed before. I will learn from their good, and I also observe their bad. This is true, right? I will avoid those bad that I think that is not very considerate or that is not very energetic for in the team. And that's why I always listen to the young generation and listen to them what their needs, and then I unlearned my thing in my mind, because 16 years not that long but not that short, right? And for senior generation, I will learn from their failure, because they always tell many stories about their failure before, which is very um, important to us, because we can walk a shorter way with, yes, you may know. So I will let them know, for example, some ideas or some mindset that I understand before. I would try to put them down, and then I listen to them. I try to relearn and equip with my past experience and add on their input. I will generate another system or an idea, and to manage my team in the future in this way. I think this is my another thing in my career path. So I will continue observe my working parties all over around me, and I will observe their good and bad, and then I will strengthen the good and massage the bad, so I can perform a better me.
Thank you very much for the reminder. I can't agree with you more that we should avoid learning bad stuff from them. That could be something that we think that we should be alert of, never be on board for ourselves. Yeah, it's a very wise thing. I remember that somebody told us that if we really want to be very good, to be master of in a certain area, just learn from them. I think it's right. We learn from the best, especially some of the good stuff from them, so that we can also be very good. At least, if not at the best level, at least not that far from there. Okay, thank you. Okay, so since we are in human resources community, I understand that in your IPO journey, you also have a lot of companies go listed by advising them the best human resources strategies. Can you share with us some of the strategies?
Sure. For HR, because I work as auditor, and before I joined IPO projects, I don't know any about HR management. And during this day of my IPO projects, I learned much HR management, HR rules and regulations as well. And I think in HR, that is another way for us to manage the company, because in the HR perspectives, we can know more another way around of the company, because for financial we just focus on the figures, but HR we can step back and look at the company, how are they managing, and what skill set and workforce we have equipped with, because as an HR team, we have to involve in every department, as you may know it, because you are very experienced in the HR, and we are not directly involved in day-to-day tasks of any one of the particular, so we can get a more objective view of the whole person or a whole team. We can talk to those department in charge, and that we can share our point of view to them. I think this is the role of HR, which we are the value of the HR to give of our company to value added to the company, especially in the aspect of the human resources development, or how to make human resources more stick to the company for their personal development as well.
Thank you, thank you. So I think that it's good that we, as in human resources, right, we need to step back and look at the company as a whole, and we involve a lot of all the departments to get things done. Especially we are human resources, right? It talks about human and how can we do it. Again, goes back your tips at the very first beginning that
Exactly.
makes the things right. Okay, thanks very much. How about how human resources enhance the leadership skills of the senior management team in the organization?
To me, I think HR management given me a chance to listen, because for financial, we seldom listen to human, because we just look at the figures, and the figures will tell everything to you and the story, even though the management tell lie, or the figures is not correct, we just focus on the figures. But HR, we learn how to listen and communicating, which make us able to appreciate the team members and strengthen and develop them in their good way, because we step back and we look at human being, and we know their feeling, instead of just focus on figures. So I think HR actually given me the chance of step back, stay calm, listen to the team, and good at performance, encourage those good at expressing, and encourage the teammate to express their viewpoint. This is very important, because I think no one could be the king or the queen in a project. Every success is driven by the team. So it is very important for us to listen to them, because they may think, or they can observe in the point of view that we may lack of, or negations of this point. So I think to me, HR management, it is very important for us to listen to them, and we can console all the ideas, and we can one step further and discuss with our CEO, COO, and also the department head, so that we can develop much stronger and constructive system for the company. And on the other hand, HR management make me one thing important as well. This is we have to create system, because system is the infrastructure of the company. As long as the system is well developed, everybody know the rules, everybody knows the level, everybody know their rewards and their way to go. It is very important with a strong and fast-going system for the company, because everybody in the company, if you want to keep those, we could say a quality person to stay with us, you have to let them know your path, your career path, and what is the company is developing, and what is the system, and it is a see-through procedures for them to look at the company. It is a very direct and very important system or a way for us to attract those aim high team player in our company. This is my idea, or I just look through the HR importance of the HR management.
Thank you very much for the great ideas. I think having a system is important, especially we want to standardize and also to achieve effectiveness and efficiency, right? I think this is very true. And also thanks for the tips of stay back, stay calm, and be a good listener. I think everybody needs to learn all these kind of skills, right? Without step back,
Yeah,
big picture, and stay calm, right? Because if we are emotional, we can't do anything. Even if we do anything while we are very emotional, that will not be a wise thing. So, and also active listener, that's very, very true. And one last thing that I would like you to share with us is, as in human resources, from your perspective, how can we contribute further to the business?
mm, maybe I answer this question from a storytelling. I worked for many IPO projects and I met different age of finance people and operation people. And one of the senior teammate told me one day, she said, I appreciate so much you're giving me the chance of working as a team in an IPO project, because she told me most of the company or the companies she met before usually discriminate in their age, because she's already a 50 plus uh, senior in finance aspect, but she is very, very professional and she's very up to date. However, she cannot find the right job before because of her age. And she told me she's thankful to my opportunities given to her, and uh, she's very, very thankful for the time being she didn't being discriminated. I feel sad about she raised out this question, because everybody will get over, you know, right? And her experience is very invaluable, you know. And in that IPO project, she burned the midnight oil with me, you know, a 50 plus woman. And we finally achieved the project, and we can complete and finalize all the prospectus drafting with her. So I think it is a chance for me to share my experience. That is, age is not a problem. I think attitude, experience sharing, and how much you will devote to the career and your job, it is more important than somebody age. So I would take this chance to sharing with our HR industry, and age is not a problem. Just see their professional and their experience. That they will reward you, and you will have a surprise to work with them as well. And till now, I'm working with her as well. So I think this is a very invaluable experience to me for these past 16 years, you know, Victor.
Wow, thanks very much. You must have got a lot of fans who are 50 plus. Hong Kong and all over the world. I can't agree with you more that, especially the human resources, right? We need to maintain what we call as DEI. Nowadays we call it diversity, equality, and inclusion. So we should look at the candidates. If we are recruiting, we should look at the candidates based on their competencies, their professional knowledge, and also their attitude, rather than their age or other factors. Yeah, that is a very good reminder. Thank you very much for that. And I'm glad that you are still working with that 50 plus women,
Yeah.
proving that she's really a value to your team, right? Thank you
Yeah.
very much for that. And yeah, so we together will continue promote this kind of spirit so that more capable people contribute further to the
Yeah.
society. Okay,
Yes.
thanks very much. So one
Good.
last, if you have shared a lot of nuggets of wisdom with us. If we really want us to take away one word, one thing from the session today, what will that be?
I would say give first game. In a team, if you got the mindset of give first game, everything will be good.
Mm. Can you elaborate a bit more about Giver's Gain? We heard of it on different occasions. Maybe you share
Really?
with a story so that we thought, oh, everybody wants to be giver.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, sure. For Giver's Gain mindset, um, I think in my mind and in my career path or personality, I will do whatever I could do. It is because when I do that, when I perform the work, when I perform the job, when I perform the work or job that supposedly not performed by me, others could see the result. That is, you won't count on other and you can do yourself and you can give. You give first. Once they look at your mindset, they will learn from you. That's why I always believe giver's gain is very useful and ultimately the return will come to you.
Mm. Is that what we call is karma? I don't know whether I use this word correctly, but that has made me remember that there is a sales guru, Zach Ziglar, right, saying that if we help enough people to get what they want, we'll get what we want. Very true.
Exactly.
Again, we need to be given. Don't expect anything in return, but
Exactly.
the universe will give you something back.
So be a giver.
Nice. That's right. Wow. A lot of things that we have learned from you, Yonnie, today. Like you gave us the definition of leader being an inspiration, and we know they need to know what the result will be, right? I think you are the sort of person who will begin with the mind, begin with the end in your mind, meaning that you need to know what you want to achieve. Because of that, you will communicate with them clearly, and at the same time, they also need to know what they will get if they are able to achieve, if the whole team is able to achieve the target in the end. So I think that is very true and also help us to achieve the goal. And while you are managing a group of different professionals, relationship building is the key, right? Otherwise, they will not listen to you. But once again, they know what the ultimate goal that they want to achieve. And as far as your learning and relearning journey, you learn a lot of good stuff from either the old generation or the young generation and try to avoid the other stuff which may not be good for us. That is very true. And in terms of the extra strategies, you will step back, keep calm, look at the overall picture, and at the same time, be a good listener. And one last thing is the importance of having a system, because system will help us to formalize a lot of things. It's good for our management, right? And when you look at the people, you only look at not the age, but their capabilities and attitude. And you're really walking the talk and having a very capable lady working together with you in your current organization. And your last nugget is be a giver. Very true.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for all the positive, very nice tips and ideas. So I will try to take everything on board. I'm very greedy, but for one thing I would take on board is be a giver and continue be a giver. Thank you very much for your sharing today. Thanks, Yonnie. Thank you.